Okay, in the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful. This is your brother Abdul Wadud, aka Questman, coming at you with another live. This one is a special live regarding a black-owned business. Still working to try to get the owner of that business here in this live with us. He's kind of new with the using StreamYard and what have you, so gonna have to bear with us. But I greet the family. Salam alaikum, shalom, hotep, peace be with you. And let's see if we can get our brother up in here. And that background is kind of squiggly, so I'm going to change it just a second here. There we go. I think it's squiggly because I got the fan. Let me see here. All right, it's still a little squiggly, but I think we'll work. I think we'll manage. Okay, so I think he said he's using a phone, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Because even it depends on what kind of phone he's using too. If he's using a smartphone, it shouldn't be too much trouble. But let's see what's happening. Because he's messaging me right now, so yeah. Let's see. Let's do that. All right. Yeah, the background. You're not even wearing green, are you? Well, yellow is a little bit. It makes it. See how the shirt looks. I'm trying to see what this brother's typing right here. Looks like he's having a little trouble. Hold on, he's having some trouble. Bear with me. I'm trying to help the brother up in here. Let's see. What's it got going on here? So let's see what he does. But I remember having difficulty when I first, used a lot of this platform like this. All right. Let's see here. Trying to get. You're gonna have to bear with me, family. I'm gonna have to edit this later on, I guess. He's having some difficulties. He's having some difficulties getting in, so bear with me so I can help the brother get in here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he's. I think he's going to use his computer instead of the phone, which is probably better. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of something about this while he's trying to get in here. Basically, what we have is you know, there's something about when black-owned businesses start to become successful and last long and hang around a while, that gets under the skin of any would-be racist individual and or organization. So much so that they will do whatever it takes to try to take down the black-owned business. Um, it having nothing to do with any violations or anything incriminating. Just simply, we want our business there. We don't want your business there. So we're going to do whatever it takes to get your business out of the way. You understand? Something of that nature. Um, let's see here. Hopefully, I'm trying to see what he's doing. Okay. And we have a special guest today. We have a special guest. We have the youngest of the tribe, who decided to tap out moments ago. He is sleepy. He is sleepy. Okay. All right. So we're waiting for the brother to get in. Um, I think that one of the ways that makes it important regarding supporting black-owned businesses is, when not just by buying the products and whatnot that or services that the businesses are um, selling, but also protecting their existence. You understand? Uh, knowing that we live in a system that um, doesn't really like to see our businesses succeed. You understand? And the minute it's almost as if they look for any and everything that they could possibly look for to try to present a hindrance in some form or fashion. Okay, so supporting black-owned businesses is clearly more than just, like I said, purchasing the products and services. Let's see what the brother's up to now. If I got any messages from him. Like I said, he was having some trouble getting in, so it may take him a little bit if he's using his computer now. Anyway, that was the main reason for this particular live, is because I wanted to make sure, that I'm doing, my part, what I can to, shed light on, what's happening with the brother's business. I think that really, I think that the more we are aware of what's going on in the community, the better. Because, so many of these things that are happening, many of us just don't even know about it. You understand? Not that we're not trying to know, it's just that, obviously mainstream media isn't going to say it, or, present it, shed any light on it, because it's not in their interest. The only time the mainstream media would, have something to do with talking about any of this is if somehow they could bend the narration or somehow it was in their favor in general. Then the media might speak up about a black-owned business. If they could profit off of it, if they could, somehow bend it to their angle, otherwise they're not gonna talk about it. Shalom, welcome, Lindo. So this is why you have to understand. We have to understand. We're not going to know, everything that's going on in the black community based upon using mainstream media. You understand? Let's see. Okay, there he is. I think he's got some camera issues, but let's see what happens here. Okay, so here's a piece of blessings, brother. First of all,
yes, man, it takes a village.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I'm an IT repair tech as a profession, right? So is your camera, the camera that you're using, attached to your computer? Like, is it part of the computer, or is it something you plug in?
No, I actually grabbed my phone. My son got my phone to work. My computer is a
What type of phone do you have?
It's a Drexel 3XL.
Well, let's see here. Drexel 3XL. Hold on a second here. Let me see something real quick.
Is it bright or something?
No, it's just that your image is not coming. It's got a bunch of lines.
Oh wow! It's raining. It's raining hard here, and my son just said he had problems on his PlayStation, so it could be the internet.
You're okay. So you're using like hotspot from something else, or
well, yeah. Our internet is down right now because of the storm outside.
Okay, we can hear you, so we'll try to work with being able to hear you. We'll try to work with that. All right, so that works too, right there. That's even better. That way they can see something.
So good. So all right, so you got that. So you can't see my face.
Nope. Well, I can like see like a silhouette of it, but this green this green and these green lines and colored lines,
Oh wow.
distortion is what we
Yep.
see on this end.
Yeah. Well, I'll do this. Um,
Yep.
if that's the case, I don't know what's going on, but I do know that it's raining real hard outside, and I know something's wrong with the internet when my son comes out of his room with his PlayStation in his hand, talking about he got a hardwire up.
Hmm. This guy,
So
this
yeah,
thing can move.
uh, man,
Well,
it's been. Hey, thanks a lot, fellas, for
no
being
doubt at all.
patient. Uh,
No problem at all. We're patient people. This is Soul Journey of Life, the conscious social media platform, coming live. So here's the thing: if you could, first of all, introduce yourself and then your business. Who are you, and what is your business?
well, my name's Reggie Shaw, and my business is making snowballs, ice cream, and some of the best breakfast in Baltimore and all around.
Okay.
Um, I service the Social Security Administration, the FBI buildings, and right here in Woodlawn, Maryland. And I've been doing it for about 27 years. I've been in that
Wow.
location for 20 years.
So the business, the shop, you've been running for 20 years altogether.
Yes, in
Okay.
that location. Yes.
All right. So and what does the I don't know if you said it because my son was moving, but what does the business do? I mean, what type of service is it providing?
Well, we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have
Breakfast.
fish, chicken, subs. Uh, we do cook to order breakfast. Everything in the store is cooked to order.
Okay. I'm going
So,
to put up an image here so folks can kind of relate here. Let's see. Let's go to this. Bear with me here.
mhm.
Uh, share screen. Go. All right. There we go. Not as big as I wanted it to be, but they can see it. All right. So SumthiN Kool is the name of the business, right?
Yes.
Um, and I'm looking here. Let's see here. So for 20 years, um, you know, breakfast. You said breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep. Funnel
Breakfast.
cakes, snowballs. We specialize in like fair food too. Like we're the only place you can get a funnel cake or and a snowball in the wintertime
Wow.
around here.
And so,
So so
would you say that you've been a pretty successful business uh, up until the present point?
oh, absolutely.
Pretty profitable and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. 20 years, man. Usually businesses don't last that long.
Hmm.
I've I've been around through 4 vendors next door.
Yeah.
And
So what? So okay. That being heard and said, successful black-owned business, successful black owner. What's the issue? What's going on?
well, the issue is I had first right of refusal to buy the property. I've been trying to buy the property um, twice now. And the last particular time was in 2012 when a Korean owner had it,
Okay.
and we built my wife and I we built first right of refusal in inside the lease because we spend a lot of money there. Exhaust systems ain't cheap,
Right.
and so you know we signed the second the second 5-year lease, and we grabbed the first right of refusal, and the Korean guy, um, he's a Korean guy. They like to take shortcuts and don't want to do the right thing. So when it was time to sell, he asked um, the guy that just sold the place, that we'll call him John. he asked John not to say anything to me, and sold it to John. And John comes in the day after the sale and say, "Hey, Mr. Lim asked me not to say anything to you. I feel bad, but I'm the new owner, and I'm going to pick up the lease."
Right.
Fast forward 3 years from there, that happened in 2018. John did the same thing to me.
Okay. I want to. I want to read this. This post. May
Uh,
I?
yes, absolutely.
Okay. So the post. This post is an Instagram post by Reggie Shaw. Who's Reggie Shaw?
That's me.
That's your name. Okay. Right. I'm looking at your name, asking you who's Reggie Shaw. So this is actually your post. Okay. So why did I think your name was something else when I spoke for? Because I'm looking at your I when you look at the IG messages, it'll show like your IG tag, and then but on the post it'll show whatever name you have for visibility versus
Right,
whatever's on the messages. So I don't
right.
know why they do that, but anyway, here's what you have. If you can't own a business in your own
Neighborhood.
neighborhood,
Right.
where can you have one? I want all my friends and family and everyone that ever supported something cool to boycott Dunkin' Donuts. There are 11 Dunkin' Donuts in a 3-mile radius of my store, and now they want my store. They sent me a letter and said I need to be out in 21 days. And I've been there for over 20 years. The last owner sold from under me, and I had first right a refusal. And I do have a lease, so I will fight them tooth and nail. These Indian folks, meaning from India, right?
That's correct.
Okay. These Indian folks buy up the land in my neighborhood, which I've lived in for over 20 years. They put liquor stores and Dunkin' Donuts and never support any other businesses in the area, nor employ any black folks from the neighborhood. Hashtag no Dunkin' Donut. Wow. So
No more Dunkin' Donuts.
no more Dunkin' Donuts. So we clearly see, and I know full well as an IT, I actually had recently to do some work at a Dunkin' Donuts. The irony, and I
Right.
tell you that the owner of that place, who happened to be a Hindi,
Right.
he just was very shrewd with the way he was. He didn't come at me because I'm like the type of person where I just look at you like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
here to do this job. I mean, either you want it done or you don't. But he was trying to chew out the support contacts, so I was just kind of watching him bark at them. Um, anyway, I know how the drama is with them,
Yeah. The
and
attitude. They have no respect for us.
no, not at all. And they know that, and also they, but at the same time, it's just like I was saying before. They'll use our identities, our likenesses, our causes to try to milk us.
Right.
You may not be aware of it. Like some of these IG posters, these IG accounts and YouTube accounts, it'd be their accounts, but they'll take our pictures and create accounts in order to try to lure us into donating to them.
Right.
You understand? So you got to be aware of that. So they're trying to find any and every way to either milk us. That's why they have That's why they have those restaurants in your neighborhood, and that's why they want that spot because they
Right.
see, oh man, them black folks are going to that spot. That's an oil well for them.
Right.
They want to tap into. So let me show the family. Let's zoom out of there. A map that you sent me. Actually, I want to show them that other map. Where's that other map at?
The second one. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to show them that map.
And I'm the blue dot.
Yeah. Okay, here's that map. Let me put that up in the folder. Okay. Boom. And we can go back. All right. So let's see if I can go to that. All right. Oh, because I just put it in there. So let's see. I gotta refresh. There we are. All right. So to my family watching, check out this map. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that all those orange flags or whatever, or pins or whatever, are Dunkin' Donut restaurant locations. And where the blue dot is where your restaurant is, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So basically, what we have here is Dunkin' Donuts isn't satisfied with their numerous locations. They got to have that one little location to the north of Windsor Mill. And that location happens to be owned by a black owned business owner who's been there for the last 20 years running a successful business. Obviously, for 20 years, that's got to be a success. Dunkin' Donuts isn't having that. So, what have you been doing in the community to try to bring about an awareness of this situation?
Well, we've already had TV coverage. Fox came out because like I said, we feed a lot of folks. The one thing that I can say about the community is they're standing up for me. They're like, oh hell no, because you I don't know. I know you guys don't know this, but if you're hungry and you don't have any money, I'll feed you.
Okay. So
You pay.
you would
You
say
pay.
that you're charitable.
Yes, very, very. I mean, we do toys. We've done toy drives. There's a place called a Night of Peace shelter. Before COVID was up there, and it housed women and children.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them women and children, if they didn't have any money, or if I knew that they were coming from that shelter, didn't have to pay anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because we done well, and should nobody go hungry. Period.
Has any of the opposition tried to, what I want to say, try to negotiate or anything of to meet in the middle with you in any way?
Well, my only encounter with them was when the guy came into my store, and you can hear that on the TV broadcast. He the only thing he asked me was, "Is there somewhere? Is there somewhere else I can go?" And uh, I, I'm not from. He said, I'm rewinding in my brain, so I get so angry when I
I
when he
understand.
hit it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he
Take your
said,
time.
do you have any place? Oh, can you go somewhere else, or do you have any place you can go? Right? I was like, hell no. Who are you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And
And how was his tone? Was he like? Did he
yeah,
speak like
no,
you were his equal?
yeah, no, it was an arrogant tone.
Right. That's what I figured.
But the thing was, um, I'm not easily intimidated. You know, they were more intimidated, to me, because afterwards the one guy told first they said, oh, well, we'll be ready. We won't be getting any leases and stuff. It probably take about 8 months. But when the customers start talking and barking, he was like, well, we were afraid that we couldn't get you out of there.
Yeah.
So that's why we went on and did that. And I was like, dude, you never even talked to me anything. So today he sent me something, asked me, when can we talk? Because probably because of all the coverage and the delegates and the people, the radio coverage, that they're not gonna they're pretty much the community's not gonna approve him being there.
Right. What's interesting to me, though, is that out of the many elements that you've already mentioned, is the way that they have approached you as if like you didn't like you don't even have a right to be there.
Right.
Like you should just move over because they say so. Like they don't see you as their equals.
Exactly.
Like a cold business person. Like, but you're just this black guy who's in our way.
Right. And let me get this. And I don't know how it is where you are, but There's 11 of them, and there's no African Americans working at any of them.
Yeah.
Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts, Subway, whatever.
Well,
Right.
one, like I said, it's interesting that you mentioned, because the one that I was doing some repair work at, I don't work for them. I work for whoever the clients may be.
Right.
I work for myself, but you're right. They didn't have a single one there. It was like everyone else but us.
Right.
Any kind of representation.
But they put these Dunkin' Donuts in these black neighborhoods, and we're supporting them.
Right.
We're the ones sending their kids to college and bringing more of them Indian folks over here.
I'm looking at your menu.
When I hashtag, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm looking at your menu, and it looks a lot better than them little tiny burnt hash browns that Dunkin' Donuts wants to serve us.
Exactly.
The fries, the fried fish. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. Let me go ahead and get off this IT page.
Yeah, man. So, that's part of what's going on. The community is standing up. We're going to have, I was on with the senator today on the radio, and we're going to fight because my rights were, trampled over by these guys. Even though that last landlord told them a story, they're directly involved, because when that landlord said, "Hey, do not contact the guy in there, or there's no deal," right? A light bulb should have went off.
Right, you're right.
You know what I mean? And the realtor that was in there, they misrepresented themselves, said that they were in there to do an inspection, not to have a new owner, come in there and buy, because the guy knew I had first right of refusal. Let me run this down to you. I was told that the property was for sale.
Okay.
On Thursday for $750,000. On Friday, they sent an inspector / new owner and lying realtor. On Monday, the property was sold. So I've never known for me to have first right of refusal. You tell me on Thursday, and the property's already sold on Monday. The property, you go on you to look it up, the property that I'm on was worth $483,000.
And you're saying that, so for the past 20 years, the property owner hasn't been able to negotiate or anything regarding the property itself.
Well, no, because he wanted $1.4 million for it, and no bank is gonna, like when I went to the bank and told them, they were like, "Man, unless you're gonna pay $300,000 cash, you can't get a loan for the property's not worth."
So he gave you basically an unrealistic value for the land.
That's correct. But the one thing I didn't want both sides. You know that picture where that empty lot is?
Yeah.
He bought both of them. He was trying to unload both of them. He bought both of them for $810,000 or $801,000, both lots, and he tried to sell me the one where you see my building on a little bit back for $750,000.
Okay.
Okay, and he also didn't want the bank or nobody else involved. He wanted to broker the deal himself. So he didn't want me to get an appraisal. Said, "Oh no, you can sign these," and wanted me to hand him over $25,000. I got a paper here. He wanted me to hand him $25,000, and if the deal didn't go through, it was non-refundable. I was like, "Dude, you mean maybe that's how they do things in Jamaica?" But that's not gonna fly here. I'm not putting my name on that paper because it doesn't make any sense. When you're supposed to have an appraisal. He didn't want nobody to get an appraisal.
So Windsor Mill staple SumthiN Kool could be forced to close its doors soon. And that wasn't posted. That was posted not too long ago.
Right. Yeah. That was actually Friday, of Saturday night, and that was the Fox 45 News coming to hear it. There's going to be a lot more um, very important things coming up that like I said, I can't discuss, or that's going to put like a lot of people on edge. But there's a lawsuit. I have to, because I've been there like 20 years, and I've to keep my business going. If something broke, I had to fix it. You know what I mean? I couldn't
Who
have.
who has been some of the black uh, activist supporters that's shown their support, or at least presented themselves uh, to you in regarding supporting your cause?
Well, just some of the folks locally here, but nobody national, like the Ryan Coleman from the NAACP supports me. They've been here before,
Okay.
um, and no, pretty much, these guys are sitting back waiting.
Hold on,
You
hold on.
know what
This guy, he is all over the place right now. He's trying to get comfortable.
I mean?
Trying to get comfortable, man. Mm, you all right? You got it? No, no. I have to put you in bed. You got to go to bed. Give me a second here. I'm going to take just a brief break, and I'll be right back. Let me uh, get this guy to.
Oh man, play that interview. Just click. Oh, that's right. You can't play it on there. Sorry.
Where do you have it located? Where's its origin?
Fox 45.
Okay,
Um,
so here's what I'll do. Um,
Let me see.
one second here. I'll do this. Send me the link, and I'll use it on the basis of fair use.
Right.
Fair use for what's coming, folks. Give me a second here, because I want to announce the details of fair use before I use the fair use. Okay. So give me 1 second to you know this is a professional life to be to be an activist, commentators, whatever, what have you, whatnot, and a father at the same time. Okay. I'll return um, in a moment. Let me do something here. Okay, there we go. I'll return in a moment. I didn't put it like I wanted it, but let's do that. There we go. Oh, by the way, brother, if you would like, you can keep on, breaking down the matter of your business and whatnot while we wait for me to come back. Be right back.
I'm still on a live. I'm still on a stream. Stream, yeah.
Okay, I have returned. I see something. Let's see here. You got the phone. Looks like the film the image is still blurred. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got two. Now you got one. Okay, all right, there we go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you can give me the location of where the video is at,
it's
and
it's Fox 45 News. Um, let me. I can share it to your email, or if
all
you
right,
got one.
yep, is the same email that you already that I sent you the link to with.
Uh,
So remember the email that I sent you for the invite. That's the same email that you'll use.
yeah, I didn't get it. Reggie Shaw 3044 at gmail.com.
Yeah, remember you I give you the link so you can get into this live with the email. You didn't get the email? Huh.
No, you went through the text message.
Yeah, but at the last text message you sent me, you asked me to use your email. So I clicked copied your email and sent it to that email that you gave me in the message. Let's see. Let me see what's going on. 1 second. Yeah, just to be sure that it went out. Yep, there it is. It was sent. Look, it was sent at 9:45 p.m. But in any case, I'll just do this. All right. I'll just do this. So I just sent you another email just now. And maybe I can try to search for it. Ah, well, I found the link. All right, so let me see if I can do this without too much hassle. All right. Are you still there? I don't hear anybody. So let's see here. I think his camera. He might have had some camera issues. So I found his link that he's talking about. I'll put it up here in just a second. All right, welcome back.
All right. Now, did that picture better, or is it still bad?
It's still bad.
All right.
But I
From
did search for your article on that broadcast. So I'm gonna put it up here in just a second. But first, I want to put up this disclaimer. All right.
right.
So give me a second here because we got to cover our tracks.
Right on.
These people don't play nice.
Oh, I know they don't.
They don't play nice, man. So we'll do it like this.
It's so weird. All these rules when you got a videotape and you tape stuff, they sell you videotapes.
Right, exactly.
You tape it and look at it over again and use it and cut it up. It's yours. You pay for it.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
But they want to see you for the content. I'm like, really, dude?
It's always a double standard when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
these folks. I was talking about that. You know how if you have a doctor's appointment, they won't accept you if you're like past 15 minutes late. But
Yeah,
what
but
if
they'll
they're
charge
15
you.
minutes late? Right, they'll
That's
charge you. But if they're 15 minutes late, it's all it was my bad. Pretty much.
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just do it like this. Try to keep it simple. All right, let's do this. So we're gonna put this disclaimer up here. Just doing a quick post here for this disclaimer. There we go, like that. Share screen. So that way Fox or whatever doesn't have a fit. They can have a fit, but I said I got the disclaimer.
Right.
So disclaimer is saying basically a fair use disclaimer is a statement declaring that your website may include copyright content that isn't authorized for use by the owner. A fair use disclaimer lets site visitors know that while you do not have permission to use the copyrighted material, you're lawfully using it under the practice of fair use, which is governed by the Copyright Act. Fair use laws allow individuals to broadcast and use copyrighted material without seeking license rights to the work, as long as this fair use uses the work in a transformative way without the user taking credit for it themselves. And indeed, we're not taking any credit. We're simply using this for educational purposes, for knowledge sharing purposes, and such. So, with that said, let me go back to that screen in which I had the broadcast for the news broadcast. That where we have that on here. All right. There we go. I'm going to share this window. All right, you can see that window right there.
Yep. There we go.
All right, Fox News, Fox 45. That's Baltimore for you. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. We hopefully can hear it too. I may have to hold on. I may have to because I didn't. I got to select where they can hear the sound. So I'll just do it this way because they need to be able to hear the sound. There we go. 1 second here. All right. Now let's go ahead and play this out.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins because I trust their quality. They were the first to be verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Decades. SumthiN Kool on Rolling Road, the shop famous for its ice cream and snowballs, could be closing its doors, say the owners, if they lose their fight to keep their building.
Oh, you got it. Thank you.
For more than 2 decades, it's been Reggie Shaw.
Chicken box.
Serving up SumthiN Kool at what's become to so many around here a Windsor Mill institution.
You know what I mean? People come from all over.
From snowballs and ice cream to sandwiches and full breakfast, one of the few Black-owned businesses in this area.
Thanks, sir.
Now at risk of being forced out.
After 20 years saying I need to be out in 21 days.
This, the letter Shaw received from an attorney, the news soon to be delivered in person on the property they now lease and tried to buy.
Wow.
Shaw says given one price on a Thursday, only to find out it was sold by Monday.
It's devastating. I think the hard part is the guy just came in and he said, is there somewhere else you can go? You know what I mean? I'm like, well, who are you?
They have nowhere to go. Shaw and his wife Carla say small family-owned business they've invested nearly a lifetime in, they found out would be turned over to a Dunkin' Donuts, of which there are now already 11 others in a 3-mile radius.
The people that we take care of.
Concerned not just about themselves, but a community that's come to depend on them. The couple says they've been inundated with messages to stay and fight.
We give back in our own neighborhood. We live in our neighborhood. We have a business in our neighborhood, and we spend money, within our neighborhood.
In Windsor Mill, SumthiN Kool that stood right here for 20 years, and in just 21 days could be gone.
You know, we started this 20 years ago. We want to be able to say, hey, we want to stop when we're ready.
Okay. Let's go ahead and close that window. All right. Yes, indeed. Again, that was fair use. All right. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Absolutely. I got you.
So can you break that down? What did we just see there?
You just saw Fox call me because people have been calling trying to figure out what's going on. They called me and asked me kind of like, can you do an interview tonight at 4:30? They called me at 5 o'clock. They were at the shop. At 6 o'clock, I was doing it at my house, and at 9:30 they had that thing going. So they actually know what they're doing. But it was amazing because the lady or the cameraman was a black guy, and the lady that did the news story, Rael, she was a black woman, and I was proud of her. I told him, even on Facebook, I was like, "Hey, man, it's something to see."
It's good that they pointed out that basically that whole area is just smothered with Dunkin' Donuts, as if they didn't have enough.
Right? Yeah. That all came from the poster we put up beforehand about how many Dunkin' Donuts there were in the neighborhood. And when I mean a stone's throw, I can, like you said, I can hit 2 buildings if I throw a baseball bat. I mean a golf ball.
Now I see that you have a fundraiser up, a GoFundMe. And I'll put that up here.
Yeah, the GoFundMe was an idea of the radio host, and you know how difficult it was for me to jump on your call. I don't
Yeah.
know how to set up the GoFundMe, so they they
Well, I
want they look they want me to stay,
yeah.
so they don't want me to be trying to spend all my money that
So
I
they want
have.
you to have legal representation then.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. And in that whole um scenario, we was looking for 200,000, 300,000 people to donate $1. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
ain't hurt nobody. So if they did that, that would secure that. You remember I told you the land was only worth 480,000,
Right.
and I'm gonna go to the guy from Dunkin' Donuts. I'm gonna say, hey man, we want you to sell us this part of the land.
Okay.
We don't want to leave, but if they don't want to sell it to us, we want to be there for another 10 years, or whatever it is, or however
Yeah.
how long we're going to be there.
Well, hmm. I'm gonna
Man,
put I mean, this is a heavy thing because people don't realize, the people may not realize the how serious this is. Not just for the one in the business, but this has an impact on any potential black-owned business that either is new or may have been around as long as your business. You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
It's kind of
absolutely.
like if they can punch you in the stomach here, they're going to be punching everyone else in the stomach too in the same way.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because they feel like, oh, because this is what I'm noticing. It's like these folks from all around, other ethnicities are just more and more feeling empowered to mistreat black people, whether it
Right.
be in business, whether it be family, you name it. It's like they're just feeling empowered that they could do this and suffer no consequence.
Yeah.
Now here, as we're saying, this they're not even approaching you in a mediation type of way. You understand, like business to business. It
Right. Yeah.
almost seems like they just kind of knocked on your door, like, could you get out of here? Could you move?
That's exactly what they tried to do, but they underestimated the fallout
Right.
from that. And and what you say is totally true, man. I would just tell people to put up 5 fingers, just put it up, and everybody, all these folks have a community. You got the Asian community,
Mm-hmm.
African community, the Indian community, the Jewish
Yeah.
community, and the Hispanic community. And you put up your other hand, you got the Black community.
Right.
And we have so much buying power that we spend money with all these folks.
Our
Whether it
problem
be
is though, is that
we
you don't
we
see
don't
us
have
as
a community.
we.
Yeah, we don't have a community.
Right.
I preach this all the time to young guys to come in there. I said that it's not that I want you to come spend all your money at my shop. I'm just telling you that when you go over there to that Chinese guy, he's not hiring you. He's not doing anything. He's sending his kids doing all the different things. You know what I mean? And he's taking your money, but
I
he had
think we
no.
need to add. I think you need to add some tater tots to that menu. That way they'll be like, okay, the brother's cooking some tots over here. Oh man, forget the Dunkins. We're gonna go over here and get the tots from the brother.
Right. Yeah, but you know that the average person, man, don't think about those kind of things. Because when I remember saying something to one cat one time. You know what he said to me? He said, "Man, I
Mm-hmm.
spend my money wherever I want. If I want it, I said you will, and you'll be broke."
Right. What I want to do is I'm gonna put a link in the chat to invite any would-be person that might have questions to ask you.
Uh-huh.
Not saying that anybody's going to take the link, but we'll see. Sometimes, you never know. Somebody, hops on board, and we'll see what they do. But to the viewers, the link is there. If you'd like to be able to, ask respectfully, our brother Reggie, you know, any questions that I may not have asked or may have failed to ask, well, you can ask him yourself. Um, there's the link. Go ahead and click that link and come on in and join this live with us. It's a serious matter, I'm being somewhat humorous in some points, but it's really, like I said, it's not something that these aren't matters we could sleep on. This is contagious. You understand? I mean, we already understand, that we've been suffering the effects of continued racism. But the behavior I'm talking about that you see today is very crafty, is very tactful. It's new age. You understand? Right. And they're getting bolder and bolder to the point where, if you can imagine being put in a situation where now the people are so emboldened that they feel justified in enslaving you again, or justified in doing something clever to where it's slavery in all of its fashion as you understand it, but they've cleverly slipped it into society once again. I'm not saying that they might, but my point is that think of the mentality that it takes to feel comfortable enough to not meet you in a mediation environment where you're at a table together and you're breaking bread and maybe even got some representation or something like that, right? But to just come knock on your door and tell you that, hey, why don't you just move?
Right.
Like you're nobody. Like you're not even, like it's they're walking in a business, but they don't acknowledge that, hey, this is the owner of a business. You understand what I'm saying? This is the owner of a business. And I'm just seeing continuous blatant behavior. You understand? We've got the Black Messiah coming in. Don't let the image deceive you. She's actually a sister, but she's got this male image on her profile. Peace and blessings, sister.
This is Sister Boom. I'm actually an attractive middle-aged woman. I don't show my face on YouTube. I came in a little bit late, but I had sent you that note about Baltimore being taken over by everything but Black people in business. And yes. Is the man 20 minutes away from Baltimore?
Yeah, I'm less than 20 minutes away. I'm in Baltimore County.
Okay, so is it basically a Black city with no Black businesses? Is that what it looks like?
Pretty much. And only Black businesses that African Americans have are, they're barbers and they do hair, and and then these selector suites. I'm one of the few that actually owns a restaurant.
Okay, like I said, I came in late. I grew up in Seattle and I'm currently in San Francisco. So Seattle used to have some Black businesses, now very, very few token, and San Francisco doesn't have. There's one Black man that I know that owns a very small liquor store. I asked him this true story. I said, I know you're going to leave this for your family. And he looked at me like, I don't know. So, one Black business owner, he's on Bayview, Hunters Point, and it's gets a view of the water, and he's not even interested, and he's not obliged to leave it to a Black relative.
Wow.
But anyway, so when was the last time Baltimore was predominantly Black businesses? What year?
Never was.
It's never been a Harlem or Washington, D.C. type city?
Oh, never that. Do you remember back in like '86 when there was a boom of chicken boxes and Koreans? I don't know if it happened where you were, but the Koreans start buying up all the property and and putting liquor stores and sub shops on each corner. You know what I mean? And hair care products. And it's been like that forever here in Baltimore.
And in every case, we're their number one customer.
Absolutely, yep. And that's what I'm saying. And these people got to realize, and what these Indian folks are doing now, they're taking a page from uh, the 1980s Korean.
Mm.
You remember what Furious Style says? If you go back to Boys in the Hood, he's absolutely correct. You can go up the street and you can look at a map here, and you will not see 2 Dunkin' Donuts within a 5 or 10 mile radius in Howard County or Montgomery County.
So, so now I saw the hashtag as we showed earlier. Boycott.
Yeah, no more Dunkin' Donuts.
No more Dunkin' Donuts.
No
hashtag.
Dunkin' Donuts. Right, Dunkin', don't do this.
So how can we make that a reality? It seemed like it was easy when companies like Starbucks was on the chopping block. You understand? But why does it seem like it's different? Is it because not enough wind has gone around about the SumthiN Kool business, or
it we as a people, we pick up funny and negative before we pick up positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I know a couple of stars, or you call them A-listers and whatever. I play football. I got a couple of friends, and one of them is Jada Pickett. Just pick up the phone, or just hashtag something like that to get the story going. People will look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they it's not important for them to do so.
So I'm trying to think of, like one of the things that I would hope that could be resulting from like this live is that it could be shared with enough people, share it and pass it around with enough people that, I'm talking about from amongst ourselves primarily, but
right.
Where it would catch the eye or attention of, ones that would, find a place and seeing that this is an important thing thing to protect, support, and invest their time. And it's very complicated now because, like we're saying now, is that people aren't. It's like they're not looking at us in a way that they can see victim in us.
Never in the black man. Right. And I'm gonna say this: never in the black man. The black women, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But never.
Black man, he can handle himself. Oh, he got it.
Yeah. Or he is no way that he should feel this way. You know what I mean? Or no way that he should own this, or no. So that is absolutely true, and it's always been that way.
Right.
And so that's where I've never had no mental health problems, because that is just something that was taught to us back in the day.
It's not believable by some people. Like many people, when they look at the black community, they're not thinking of business owners. They're not thinking of entrepreneurs, and especially for 20 years. You understand? Right. They're not thinking about like any professional status, doctors, scientists, you know, PhD holders. You understand? LCC owners, and you know, you understand? They're not thinking of things like that. They're thinking of just people who, you know, who aren't educated, who don't, you know, they really think small of us.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, yeah, because I'll give you one better.
Mhm.
Highway worker, truck driver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
coach. You know, basketball. You know, but never successful.
Look, I'll give you. Look, in fact, it was just yesterday. Wow, I was at a site that I was working at, repairing some elements, some devices in their network rack, and I was with the person that was the site contact, right? You know, so he was escorting me to the network room, but as I'm walking around the corner, a lady, you know, just just like Bogarts right there, and says, "Sir, who are you? What are you doing here?" Right?
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, you know,
not a Karen.
right? It was exactly. I have my Karen encounter. And that's exactly what I was thinking in my mind too. I was like, "Oh, really? This is a Karen live in the flesh, right?" So I'm thinking to myself like, you. I mean, you can't see that I'm right here with the site contact, one of your own coworkers or whatever you want to call them, right here in front of me, you know. And she's asking me and questioning me like, "What are you doing? What are you going to be doing?" I'm like, "Well, look, you know, it looks like your network needs some repair work done, and I'm here to do it." So she's just looking at me like, "Oh, I didn't know." I'm like, "Well, I mean,
well, it ain't none of your business."
right?" I wanted to say that, but you know, I got to be professional. You know what I mean? I wanted to say, "Well, I didn't know I needed to tell you. Who are you for me to tell?"
Yeah. But a white guy can walk down the hall with an
Yeah.
AK or AR,
And nobody will do something.
and nobody say a word, right?
In fact, they
Can I
recently
interrupt you for a second, please?
Go ahead.
I have been thinking about something. The displacement of Black people all over. This is kind of off of the subject, but not at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we remember how this country was founded.
Yeah.
And what happened and what they did to the Native Americans, and to think that people that are coming from other countries for the same reason the Europeans came here, I don't think the pattern has changed at all. They want something that you have. They're going to take it from you. They're not going to be remorseful. In 50 years, there's not going to be any Black people in Baltimore, and they're going to be bragging about the resources. That's how they removed all of the Native Americans from every island, every bay, every river. In 50 years, 6 million of them disappeared, and the white people are now enjoying the resources. So it's just repeating itself. Unfortunately, we don't know how to boycott that would solve the problem. But yeah, think about the Native Americans. I'm starting to really empathize with them. I think we're living what they did. So let's not forget them.
And they're doing that.
I can tell you how that we can stop it. We can do the same thing that they do in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can't own a business if you're from anywhere but Dubai. You can't own a business there. Someone there has to own 51%.
Man,
Yeah, and we're not going over to Dubai to buy anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But they'll come here and buy it.
It's the white man. It's the U.S. government. Why would the U.S. government change?
They're not gonna. Right.
His process of taking from people that were there first and replacing them with whoever.
Right. If it ain't broke, it don't need to be fixed, as far as they're concerned.
Is Dubai in the United Arab Emirates by any chance?
Yes.
Okay, today, if that's where it is today, those perverts have just legalized premarital sex. You can watch nudity, and they're changing the work week so that it's going to be Sunday law. Just so you're bringing up Dubai. They're not all that.
Wow.
If it's the United Arab Emirates, I just saw that on a channel. They're actually becoming very Americanized. Speaking of the American process, but I wish you all the best. The proverbial, we wish you the best. And if Black people knew how to boycott, I haven't been to a Starbucks since 2017 or whenever.
Yeah, right.
That you
I've
told
got
me
a
not to
list.
go in there.
Yeah,
I've never been to a Starbucks.
Yeah. I've got a
I've
list
never been
of
in one since they said boycott them.
exactly.
I've been back to Denny's since that either.
Every time a business shows up in the Black community as being someone that's done something to basically disregard our humanity, I add them to a list. You understand? A list of don't go to anymore places.
Oh yeah, Dunkin' Donuts should have been on that list with the blackface donut lady.
Oh really?
Wow. Yeah, you gotta Google that. They're a bunch of race, but
man.
I encountered something on a website called Nextdoor while I was here. The people were like, well, aren't all Dunkin' Donuts here owned by immigrants, or you know what I mean? Or
right.
I was like, man, African American is not an immigrant.
Oh man, I got the article right here. Hold on a second here. We gotta put this up here just so we can see what the mentality of Dunkin' Donuts is.
Right.
Let's see here. Who because all these are different publications. We'll go with these guys. Let's see here. Can we go with you guys?
Hey.
So hold on a second here. Oh, they're not giving me the full picture. Oh, there it is. Okay. So hold on one second. I'm gonna put it up here. I just gotta minimize and maximize and screens here. This is real. This is some real stuff, family. This is happening in our time, as I keep saying. This isn't it's not a dream. Let's see here. Let me put this over here. I can enlarge this. Next that. All right. Again, I'm gonna fair use. This is fair use for educational purposes. Right here. Let me go from the top of the article. I'm gonna just go down this article real quick, and let's see what we have. Share the screen. Share the window. Fair use, all that. Fair use. Okay. So here we have Dunkin' Donuts. Wow, we should have been doing this a long time ago. Dunkin' Donuts apologizes for bizarre and racist thigh advert posted to promote new charcoal donut featured Thailand chief executive's daughter in blackface makeup. And of course, you can go through the details if you want to. You see the link right there, so you can go ahead and check that out if you want to read that up. But regardless of whatever their defense might be, whatever their reasoning behind doing this, as a business person, as a professional, this is something you just don't do. You're in the know when you're a business professional and you're marketing to a body of people. There's some things you just don't do, and they did. And again, it all goes in with what I've been saying. They're feeling comfortable with how they're treating us. They're getting more and they're getting increasingly comfortable with manifesting their clear, open, racist behaviors. You understand? And it doesn't look like they're getting tired or they're tapping out anytime soon. So, yeah, there's that. Take a look at that when you get a chance. So, if ever there was a reason to be boycotting Dunkin' Donuts, we've got plenty. But let the reason now be not just what they've done to make fun of us, but what they're doing to try to hinder us. You understand? hinder our Black-owned business efforts. Let me go ahead and put this map back up on the screen just to show you how greedy these folks are in their efforts to hinder us. And they are clearly not going to any extremes to make this happen. Let's see here. Let's go back to share the window. There we go. So that's that map here. Just to remind you, family, is a map of the locations of the Dunkin' Donuts in the area. This is in Baltimore, and that the blue circle is where our brother Reggie Shaw's SumthiN Kool restaurant is located. Notwithstanding, Dunkin' Donuts feels they need that spot too. And again, this is the same Dunkin' Donut that has no problem with rubbing in a blackface commercial every now and then. Okay? This is the same Dunkin' Donut that has no problem with doing that. Now they see a Black-owned business that's been at that spot for 20 years. 20 long, successful, lucrative years. But they need that spot. 20, however many restaurants you see on that map there, 23 Dunkin' Donuts in the area is just not enough for them to be content. They got to have that one spot north of Windsor Mill that happens to be owned by a Black business owner. They got to have SumthiN Kool's spot because SumthiN Kool's there. You understand? So, I mean, if that doesn't strike a nerve as a reason to boycott, I don't know what does. You had no problems with boycotting Starbucks. That was easy. You understand? That was easy. Especially around here where I've got so many Black-owned coffee shops in the area. I didn't lose any sleep. Their coffee's too expensive anyway. They charge too much for a cup of coffee at many of these places. For bags of coffee that if you bought the same bag, the same quality, would be cheaper. Just the same amount of money you'd buy for 2 cups of coffee, you could buy a bag of roasted beans or whatnot. Of roasted beans, and for the same price. You want in the cup? This. He's awake. Okay.
Got you. That was a quick nap.
Yeah. Well, I come prepared when it comes to stuff like this. I got the butterscotch pudding. I got the apple juice. We got it. I got the battleship man. You understand? So it's just that he gets real grumpy when he wakes up. He gets real irritable when he's like, oh, I don't want to wake up, but I'm awake. I can hear you. I can hear Baba yapping his mouth, and I can't get comfortable, and I understand the pain. So what I'm saying here, and there's not as many viewers right now, but for some reason, a lot of my viewers, they view it later, and then I come back to a video like this, and it end up showing like 100-something viewers. I'm like, well, why didn't you guys, view it while it was live? You could break bread. But it is what it is. My hope is that the people will share it and get the message further out there. You understand? You hear it. We're having a conversation directly with the brother, Reggie Shaw, owner of SumthiN Kool, and we're just echoing and screaming it further and louder to get the word out there. We know what you need to do now. You understand? You know what you need to do. You need to just keep on driving past every Dunkin' Donut entrance you find. As far as we're concerned now, it's an empty lot. You understand? As they're trying to make, our brother situation. So make their lot empty.
Hurt them in their pockets.
Yeah. No more Door Dashes or Uber Eats or what's it, Grub Hubs? None of that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if anything, family need to be locking in their Rolodex, in their phone, contacts, black-owned businesses for pretty much everything that your heart desires. So that way, whenever you're wanting the things that you enjoy, you've got easy access, easy references. You understand? Because there's businesses out there. I was looking at some of the black-owned businesses in Pittsburgh when I went to travel to Pittsburgh for our anniversary. Six time, right? And I was looking for the black-owned businesses, and I've noticed it was kind of spread out, but they had pretty much everything you could think of, from Jamaican cuisines to Nigerian style. They had all kinds. They even had a black-owned what do you call it? Like a Asian menu. They had Chinese food type stuff, but it wasn't a Chinese restaurant. It was black owned. It's like, okay, all right, so we're doing that now. Go in here and see what their chicken stir fry with their general is tasting like. But my point is, one of the things, as I mentioned, that comes with supporting a black-owned business is not just going to purchase their products and services, but making sure they stay alive, making sure that they stay afloat, and that they're not brought down by would-be competitors bent on, racist, agenda. You understand what I'm saying? So supporting black-owned businesses is a bigger element that we really need to look into a lot more seriously. Man, I'm just looking at this map, and it's hard to what do I want to say? I was just looking at something. I just realized that one of our main freeways goes directly to Baltimore. That's I-70.
That's right. It ends here, right down the road. Right, it
goes to
I-70 stops
in Ohio. It goes to Columbus, and then if you take 71, you come to Cleveland.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
I've taken that route.
That's clever. I didn't even realize that. I'm looking at it like, wait, I thought that was something else, because usually when you look at some of these maps in New York and New Jersey and Baltimore, you get like 4 something, some hundreds or something, some 100 numbers or something.
Yep. I-70 starts right down the road.
Yeah, I see it tagging off there, right in like a lake somewhere. It looks like a lake or a forest or something.
Yep, it's a forest.
Mm-hmm. Patapsco Valley State Park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we definitely got to get that. In fact, let me go ahead and put that hashtag up here now. We said, what was the hashtag you were using?
No more Dunkin'. No more Dunkin' Donuts. Hashtag no Dunkin' Donuts. Hashtag save something cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's
no more Dunkin' Donuts. Let's use that one right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Right there. Y'all see it right here live on Soul Journey of Life, Conscious Black Social Media. And part of being conscious is being aware of the drama. Not being a part of the drama, but being aware of the trauma and protecting our own from said drama. You understand? That's part of being conscious. So, yeah, family, you know what we need to do. We need to get this word out there. We need to get it, spread it even further than what Fox was doing. You understand? In respect to the anchor, whatnot, that was kind enough to shed some light on it themselves, because it's kind of hard pressed these days to get mainstream media to sympathize, let alone present black matters in a way that agrees with what's actually happening. You know what I mean? Without putting some type of spin or twist, buttering it down, or making it somehow inferior. You understand, when it comes to black folks. But
Right.
you know, if you change the channel, you'll see them celebrating and having a huge, enormous party for something like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Right.
Like he's a celebrity now. You know, I'm like, what's
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
yeah. They raised what, $1 million for his defense?
Yeah, I mean, so and this is what they do, and you notice no media's got nothing bad to say, do they? I'm looking for somebody, you know, saying, oh, you know, why is he doing nothing like that? Not even questioning the matter. They might have been there partaking in the festivities themselves.
Yep, you got that right.
You know?
Look,
So
yeah. Look, we're the worst at raising money.
yeah. It's we've got brothers that have been needing, you know, support. I mean, for since the beginning of the year, if not more, and it's been like pulling teeth. But
Right.
we got money to spend on all kinds of stuff. You understand? We got money. I mean, look, let it have been somebody in the immediate family, and even then they still might not step up the support. But let it have been somebody in the immediate family, and they would have been bent over backwards trying to find, you know, support. But because we don't see our extended family as our extended family, you understand what I'm saying? We're not quick to the cause. And then there's so many shenanigans that gets in the way where, you know, you, like I said, you get people who try to trick and spin and use in the name of black suffering. You understand? You know, we just had recently a situation where somebody was, you know, we were raising funds for someone that needed it, but the persons that were involved, one of the persons that was involved in raising the funds was on some shenanigans, but didn't show those shenanigans until when it's time to, you know, call in the check. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so then all of a sudden, you know, all the complexities come. I mean, this is what we're dealing with as a people. What on earth? What on earth is wrong? You understand what I'm saying? We've really got some checks and balances, and that's why I'm saying we need some strong-minded and strong-armed brothers and sisters that can just check things. You understand? I mean, look, the cotton ball approach don't work anymore. I don't know if it ever did. I'm talking about this approach that we get where we're oh well, let's I understand. No, I don't understand. What you do that for? You understand what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Let me go ahead. I got some folks I need to call up. And next thing you know, you get about 100 people standing in front of a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. Like, look, I don't know what you guys going to do, but it's not going to be here. You know, somehow we gotta stop being nice.
Right.
You understand? I don't know how else to put it. We just it's the nice approach, whatever that means. The nice approach is just not working anymore. You got to be tactful, not foolish. We got to stop being nice. You understand? Somehow we got to take this seriously and amp up a more aggressive approach, more something. It's I mean, we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting somehow to succeed. There's only so many times Al Sharpton is going to be marching up and down the street. You understand, with banners and posters. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let's play it out. It doesn't work anymore. You know, it might be a quick cash grab for a select few or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't resolve the problem. You understand? It doesn't. It may even soothe the moment, maybe the immediate family, but it doesn't solve the problem. You understand? It doesn't solve the problem. These people are wanting quick remedies that might alleviate the pain for the minute, get them guilty. put the racist guy in prison for a little while. Doesn't solve the problem. That's one person out of thousands that are the problem. Out of a system that supports this, that's built on this, that's the problem. You understand? So, like you mentioned earlier, we were talking about what was it, Tesla, that situation in Oklahoma. These aren't isolated cases. These are ongoing situations. These are situations that have been perpetuated throughout our time. They're not like, oh, oops, I'm sorry, that was an oops in our time. No, it wasn't an oops. You've been oopsing ever since you've been here. You understand what I'm saying? They've been oopsing ever since this all started. So when is one oops too many? And you have what type of legal representation? You did say you're developing legal representation. I don't know if his phone tapped out. Hello? I think your mic is muted. You gotta unmute your mic. That's what it's showing. Your mic is muted over here. My hope is that whatever legal proceedings are taking place have the proper effect that they need to have, and that work in the favor of your business, because I believe there needs to be more examples made out of these situations, to where one such as this get an incentive, clear incentive, to stop. Y'all gonna have to stop, move up out of here, whatever the case is, but you're not going to keep doing this against Black people, against Black-owned businesses, against Black families. There has to be an incentive. Like you said, whether it be digging in the pockets. You understand what I'm saying? There has to be something that would motivate them to take warning, to take heed. Enough's enough.
Yeah,
on whatever level. What's that?
One of the things that sorry, I'm afraid I've been up like 20 something hours straight because all madness, right? But there has been the outcry here is gonna be different than other places, but from what you're telling me, that they are also having that kind of problem with the Indian culture there too, and they're and they want to take over, and like you said, they have no remorse. But what I'm gonna do is like I said, we had our text conversation earlier. I'm gonna make sure that I get some other folks on, and they can explain some of the things that's going on with them here too. And I think that that it'll work if I'll get you a little bit more information as it comes through. But it has been.
It definitely keep me updated or whatnot, and you keep where we can if there's new details that would bring more light, that would encourage people to be more proactive in this effort, so that that it doesn't just stay on a social media, that it materializes into public society, to where that hashtag sticks.
Right. Got to get a name of all you need is one or two to share it, and then people say something. You know what I mean? Because it ain't about Jake Paul not fighting real fighters. Because they want to see a white man get knocked down. Like it's real. It's like a dream to them. that a white guy could knock a black guy out.
Right.
So and they think it's a joke, but all they are, and all I've seen in the past 5 years is the demask. I mean, they just take like the black man not serious anymore.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And it's really affecting our community on so many levels. Like I said, from the top to the bottom, men, women, and even our children.
Right.
So in all of our, whether it be school, business, you name it, is penetrating, permeating the whole fabric of black society. Black. And if anything, to me, it seems like our response should be instinctive. That hey, clearly we should be unified. I mean, if it's not even rocket science, you know what I mean? It seems like even just the average, I don't want to say average Joe, the average Dante should know this. You understand?
No, man. Attention span is not that long, because I was think about this. So what happened to Nick Cannon when he said something about Jewish folks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but check this out. When have you ever seen a Jewish guy with a cop knee on his neck?
Right.
Or a Jewish guy get beat, but it's not the same kind of oppression. You know what I mean? And if you say something, you're punished. You know what I mean? They want to take, it's like bad boy, bad. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? You've never seen that before. But they want to be like, oh me, oh us, and we, or you're I forgot that word that they use, anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like Ice Cube. No, I'm anti Jerry Weller. I'm not right. I'm anti Dunkin' Donuts.
It's funny how they don't use that word when it comes to like even if they wanted to debate the authenticity of whether or not they're Semitic or not.
Right.
Those that we know are actually Semitic. It's funny how when if something if an issue happens to them, they don't shout that same terminology of anti-Semitism or whatnot.
Right.
We're in a society that is so, I mean, used to taking advantage of of whoever in order to get their way, in order to achieve their aims, often behind the guise of justice or peacekeeping, or we care about you, so go ahead and take this jab. But yet at the same time, we see that you got poverty over here and stuff going on over there, but we care about you though. So we care about you. Just make sure you take the jab. We care. We see that your black-owned businesses are being attacked and this and that, but we care about you. You understand? It's so much hypocrisy rampant nowadays. I mean, more so. It seems maybe it seems like it's more so because of social media, because we're able to see it with our eyes and break out our smartphones and catch the moment. It's always been going on though. And I often tell people, I often say this, there's a form of deception even in that, because we get this idea that if we don't see it here, it didn't happen. So you can just think of how many black brothers and sisters are being beaten up right as we speak. How many businesses, small black-owned businesses, are being harassed or shut down as we speak that never get the camera? How many, just on and on that goes. How often is this happening where you never even get to see it because nobody's got a smartphone out in that area, or maybe the smartphone was taken, or maybe the people, whatever the reason is, it's not all here. You understand? And that's why when we do catch something here, we need to inflame it larger than than ever. You understand? Because it's a bigger purpose behind it. By us stepping up and standing up for something like this business here, you understand, it's able to echo, you understand, to efforts in other areas that, like I said, may not get even this kind of attention.
Right.
So we have, family, people, we got to wake up. You understand? It's a popular restaurant, but like I said, you can get them tater tots anywhere. Like I said, just pass that driveway by.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a saying. Is people come to something cool, but they go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you gotta play on those words like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And
don't dunk in anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna put that up there. Don't dunk in.
No, that's not even that. We got another one. Dunkin', don't do this. And that's and that's
Dunkin' don't do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
Dunkin' don't.
Dunkin' don't.
Right.
Oh man.
Dunkin' don't.
We're gonna have to just snowball fight with those all week long or something. You know, just keep at that, because you make enough noise, you get the right type of, the right ears amongst our family to be able to respond properly. If you're living in Baltimore, you need to make a 360-degree parameter around all those, that whole area. The only place you're concerned about going to is right in the middle, that one with the blue dot that I showed you. Something cool. You want to do something? Do something cool. There we go. All right. Okay, don't. That's going to cost. I need, but we need. It's like I said. We know what we need to do. We know that ones like this should have been boycotted a long time ago. But now, if ever there was a reason, you got 23 Dunkin' Donuts in one area, and they want to take down a 20-year-old black-owned business just to put Dunkin' Donut 24 down. It can't happen like that. It can't happen like that. I wouldn't even allow the construction equipment to show up on the scene. Like, nah, y'all gonna have to go somewhere else with that. We gotta, like I said, we gotta become stronger. We gotta become more determined. You understand? And more resolved about, what we want for ourselves, and not accepting anything less. Not accepting anything less. This is one black business, and in this black business, all you black business owners, you need to see this as an example of why you need to step up, protect our own, support our own. So I know you're tired. I know it's like past everyone's curfew right now. So
well, look, I'll be up in 5 hours at the restaurant depot grabbing some stuff. But
I want to give you the opportunity to before you go, to give a last a comment or whatnot, to the viewers, a last whatever you want what to say to conclude.
Well, yeah, all I would say, I wanted to work the GoFundMe, like the old evangelists. You know what I mean? If 100,000 people can give $1, is worth the cost. and I would say that just share it with everyone. And if you're in the Baltimore area, you'll get that back in the snowball for free. So that, like, and thank anybody that supports, and we appreciate anything we can help us with this legal, so we can continue our journey.
Yes, indeed. And there you see on the screen, I believe you can see it on the screen. There's the GoFundMe titled "Save Something Cool." You can type that when you go to GoFundMe. Type that in your browser and donate what you can to support the Something Cool business, black-owned business that's been in existence for 20 years and counting. And here we have. I'm gonna just read what we got saying here in the bold print here. It says, "Hello, family, friends, and community. My name is Reginald Reggie Shaw, and I am the owner and operator of Something Cool Snowballs and More LLC, located in Windsor Mill, Maryland. Right? We we have been in business for 20 years on the corner of Rolling Road, and Windsor, Windsor Mill Road. As of recent, we have been told to leave in 21 days by the new building owners that acquired the building through unscrupulous backdoor dealings with the prior owners, all to build a Dunkin' Donuts where there are already 11 Dunkin' Donuts within a 3-mile radius. So, yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. Okay. So with that said, dear brother, you're definitely welcome back to if you have any updates or whatnot, or anything else that you would want to communicate at a later time. Make sure you let me know, and the platform is available for that purpose.
Right. I'm definitely gonna sorry about that. I'm definitely gonna next Thursday, I'll give you a call so you can actually see, and we'll post pictures of all the folks that's supposed to be around with the NAACP and the different different groups of folks out there, and we'll post pictures, and then I'll come back on and share with you, see where we at. And we're supposed to have a meeting with this with this guy because he's seen all the press coverage. Now he wants to talk.
Yeah, that's how it always happens. Oh, this has got some attention. Let me go ahead and hop on the bandwagon while I can.
Right. So that's where we hammer it down and say, hey, sell us the property, or fix up the property, write me a lease and let me continue to do what I do.
Yeah, there's got to be. I know there's got to be some type of there's probably some type of code or some type of citation or something that could work in your favor that the legal experts would be aware of. There's always some loopholes that folks are jumping into that they were to bend or tap into or whatever. I'm not too much, savvy on the retail tip, so I couldn't say too much. But yeah, I look forward to positive results or favorable results. You understand? So yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for your future communications.
All right, my man.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Peace and blessings.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Have a blessed day. Take care.
All right.
All right, their family. There you have it. You know what we need to be doing in response to this. We need to be supporting this black-owned business, Something Cool, and making sure that it remains right where it's at. We can take it as look, if another Dunkin' Donuts is there, we didn't step up the way we needed to step up. We need to step up, and we need to make sure that Something Cool has another 20 years to remain right where it's at. Plus, we also need to take in consideration the behavior of some of these businesses that continually display their enmity towards us as a black people. We need to start brainstorming and developing realistic solutions that handle these type of scenarios. They've got to come to an end. They've got to. So, with that said, family, that's going to conclude our live for today. And again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This, so that way other people who may not know amongst our family can gain the knowledge and act accordingly, because we need to thicken and strengthen our ranks. You understand, with unified minds, bodies, and souls. So with that said, this is your brother Abdul Wadud, aka Quest Man. Until next we meet again. I bid you salam alaikum, shalom, hotep, peace be with you. And this is nothing but love for the family. Take care. Yep.
Light